We're not going to disclose them, but it's you can consider that a smaller tuck-in acquisition as we've done, somewhere in the middle between the UBIMAX transaction of previous days and Xaleon. So right in the middle between, I would say, 10 and 100 million valuation if we take all the earnout components. Don't want to disclose more around that, but it is meaningful for us as it gets us US present, our first acquisition outside the European home market, and clearly in an area which we believe is high growth and very interesting to customers, and therefore it's very relevant to us.
Can you just explain to us how it bolts on to your existing offerings in the augmented reality space? Because this is somewhere where you've already been operating, but obviously this brings a new US dimension and adds a little bit more tech.
Yeah, so the whole augmented reality space where we're active in, it's all about understanding workflows and digitalizing workflows in different parts of the value chain and also in different verticals. And we have very strong track record now with UBIMAX, with the previous acquisitions we did in, for example, in warehousing and also field service, maintenance of equipment, and to some extent in manufacturing as well. I think the Upskill proposition is even more focused on manufacturing. For example, Boeing is a large customer there. So manufacturing and post-manufacturing inspection. So it's even more manufacturing and upskilling the worker there. It's slightly different verticals. And of course, it's bringing the US angle with US partner relationship and customer relationships. And very important for us as well, it's the first time we're going to have an R&D location in the US as well. They're in Austin, Texas with a development team, and that's a good start for us also to involve innovations out of the US market.
Oliver, just looking at the Upskill site now and some of the applications, it does look incredible. We're hearing about this digital journey where a number of companies are very much looking towards what they can do in their business to be more efficient, to have more technology. What exactly does this mean for those customers that you're going to be working with?
So I think what they do is they have the ability to really, like the word actually says, upskilling their workers and support their workers that are performing tasks in ever more complex situations with step-by-step instructions. So the worker would wear glasses or a tablet or a phone, or there is a display near the worker, and then there is a step-by-step instruction, and thereby it's possible to train the worker in a much better way to actually help him perform the task in a higher quality, faster, more efficient, but also make it more satisfactory for the worker to work in this modern environment, because the feeling is not something of technology around him overwhelming him, but really keeping pace with that technology. And that reduces cycle time, it reduces error rates. It also creates a backlink to the ERP system where the whole parts logistics is happening, the supplier management is happening. So you have a real-time view of the whole chain from parts and the manufacturing data, the product data, to what the worker is doing in the manufacturing example, and you can keep track and help him to perform his task in the best possible way, and that makes companies significantly more efficient and creates potential going forward to have even more complex processes, because you know how your workers can actually keep pace with those developments.
Oliver, the acquisition comes at a time when investors are cautious around the so-called COVID winners, and your company being one of them. Investors are concerned about the escalation in share prices we're seeing, whether it's really justified, if we're going to start normalizing some of the trends. What do you make of the role of folding in this type of technology for the future earnings of your company? How instrumental do you think this is for investors as they think about the next journey once we get past some of the COVID concerns?
Yeah, I think the right way to look at our company is that already at the IPO, but more and more during the last year, second half of last year, we really have proven out that we are not just beneficiaries of the COVID in kind of narrow sense of work from home trend, but we really are beneficiaries of the global megatrends around digitalization. So everything that is happening about transformation, robotics, augmented reality solutions, IoT, there's a lot happening in the different industries and the different company sizes to improve the businesses structurally apart from the COVID. And I think what was quite good to see and what investors really appreciated was that in the second, third quarter last year and fourth quarter, when the extra demand from COVID was tapering off, you could see the 30+% structural growth of our business, which we have been promised at IPO and which we're consistently delivering. So in that sense, this acquisition is underpinning our long-term strategy of being able to cover all vertical segments, having an offering for all departments of a company when they want to digitalize, and thereby tap into this digitalization market and not just be in the basket of COVID beneficiaries. And in that sense, I think long-term oriented investors, they will see that as another stepping stone in broadening the solution portfolio into the right direction.